This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Next to me I do it like Nike, but me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me, me just a go and do me thing now.
Talking Heads with Marty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, the Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, Collect, KFC, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
Now me and the dog, them a link up. Big truck, 20-inch rim, just a spin up. The Pioneer just a kicks up. And a hip-hop or calypso. You can't see the star through the tint up. Plus me and the Cuban a link up. Rose gold for the Cuban linked up. How much ice just a and me rings up. From what day you may find out, certain people don't like me. Everyone focus back a thing now.
All right. Are we on?
You are the night nurse, and me are the girl that
The Tuesday, July 11th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. And happy post-independence, everybody. Hope you had a great holiday. And once again, happy birthday, Bahamas. Happy 50th. Happy big 5-0. But boy, let me get this out of the break. Can I not catch a break? Can I not get a vacation? Can I have a time out for Naughty? Come on, man. So for all of you inquired already, no, I got news from the Family Islands. I got news in the airport. I got news everywhere when I traveled. But I heard you on the radio a couple of days. What happened? They didn't make you off it. They didn't buy you out to the air. Never. No. Never, ever. Can never do that. I like being me too much. However, I am entitled to a little bit of R&R and relaxation with my family. And I'll be honest with you, when I take time off, it's far and few between. And, I still try to maintain a comedy career. So I just want to let everybody know, look, I'm good. I'm here. So, I'm not muzzled. I just relax. See, when I tell y'all are the biggest and best fans who follow me wherever I go, I appreciate that. Real talk. However, y'all guys are too biggity sometimes. And then next thing I know, you're making up all kinds of scenarios. So let me remind you again. Here I am in the chair. I have no face. I'm on Zoom today. Finishing up a comedy gig. Can't wait to get, back home to the fam. Enjoying my time off with them too. But boy, y'all is really talking up. See me here? And for all y'all social media voice notes, so they got me muzzled too. They have no muzzle big enough to deal with this. With Mouth Almighty. Are you really? So, Mr. Producer, line that track up for me. And I appreciate y'all inquiring in your weird kind of way. But here we go. And I got a great show lined up for you today. We got lots to talk about. Mr. Producer, line it up. Run the track. Y'all run your mouth too much carry bring come. So that being said, Freddie McGregor, Snaggerpuss, tell the people, please stop. I'm here. Mix up.
Oh, now. Oh, yeah. Hear me now. This carry no bring come, my dear. Bring misery. This carry no bring come, my dear. Bring misery. You're going
better not.
But time will tell on you. You old Jezebel. How long shall the wicked reign over my people? Whoa. How long? Tell me now. Hey. Say this carried over and come
All
my
right,
dear.
I got you on the Tuesday, July 11th edition of Talking Heads. And of course, you still chime in the same way. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. All right. You can call in, 323-6232, 325-4316, 326-4259. Grand Bahama, Abaco, Andres, all the family islands, toll free, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. So as we continue on the Tuesday, July 11th edition of Talking Heads, the post-independence edition. I think you should call it the post-mortem independence. Because, boy, I saw a lot of good. I saw a lot of bad. I saw a lot of ugly. And of course, we'll be chiming in as well with Freeport today in this hour, as we do every Tuesday with the Grand Bahama Report, the Freeport Report. Sarah Kirkby will be chiming in. We'll take care of all the headlines down there, post-independence with the Grand Bahama News. Supplement comes your way each and every Tuesday in The Guardian. So be sure to get the Guardian and get the Grand Bahama News Supplement. So we'll be talking with Sarah in short order. But, boy, we got to talk post-independence. All right? And post-independence headlines. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. And, boy, a grand celebration it was. All I could see on social media, celebration. I saw some old-time PIP who I thought passed on or had retired, but they were out in full regalia. You know the old schoolers. That's the ones in polyester. Soul Train. Okay. So, we saw the fanfare, the pomp and circumstance, the hype, all of that good stuff. However, there was a lot lost. And I mean lost, in my opinion, financially. And listen, don't get me wrong. Let me open this by saying, even though I beat up my gum every day, trying to make us do better, because no better do better, and hold politicians accountable, all colors, all creeds, all affiliations, Bahamian First, the 242, the Aqua, the black, the gold. You didn't catch me in yellow hardly ever, only unless it's like Laker yellow. And that's a different, okay. You know what I mean? So, however, I'm very proud of what we have accomplished. But you know me, let's take the road, let's travel. Let's kick it up a notch. Let's raise the bar. Have we come as far as we could have? Are we as good as we really could be? Are we satisfied? Or is there way more to achieve? Or how far have we come? I still see a lot of potholes. And hey, congratulations to all of you who finally realized potholes were a nice, hot talking point. On behalf of myself, Mr. Producer at the show, and of course our official pothole reporter, Dorset, we thank you for finally waking up or falling in one too many times. My God, Zoom, I see your pen out there. It looks like Swiss cheese around your national park. And throughout New Providence, I'm getting reports on the daily of how horrible the pothole situation is. And the pictures don't lie, the videos don't lie. And listen, you all small car gangs, Swifts. What's the next one? Swift, Cubes, Passos, especially Passos. You all hit the right part of that hole. You all will end up right back in China when that car was made. Or Japan even. Yeah, straight through the hole. So please, not for my sake, not for your sake, but for God's sake and the Bahamas' sake, slow down. Seen some of y'all hitting police cars too, you little small car gang coming right over the bridge. Boof! Brand new police truck, out of commission. How much they give us to start with? 35, down to 34. Boom, there goes another one, 33. Okay? So, focus on, and listen, I don't know about you. Pick up to my Bahamas Air crew who do a great job at what y'all do. The other set who let down, the good set who do what they're supposed to do, y'all need to pick up your game. We should not be having elderly passing out on planes. We need to get that together. Because I know sometimes y'all don't turn on the AC when y'all on the tarmac, but it's hot in there. Sweatshop, hot. Okay? And then, we in 2023, 50 years old, why are we still walking to the plane? What's up with that? Now, as I look at the independence celebrations, first and foremost, like I say, just throwing it out there. Like I say, if you get me with good BS, I'm okay with it. I can live with it. If you get me with bad BS, come on. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Or in the words of George Bush, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, it'll never happen again. And don't make me say nuclear. So yeah, here we are. Don't be fooled. Big headlines earlier in the year. Office of the Prime Minister, Press Secretary. Oh, royal visit during the independence celebrations. Where? A video? A TikTok? From King Charles? A TikTok from Chuck. That's what y'all wanted? I thought the royals were supposed to visit. So is that like a royal snub? Because we see who the royals were hanging out with, as long as Joe Biden could stay awake for more than 15 minutes at a time without falling over something. We know who and what and where they were hanging out. Not here. So is that a royal snub? Or, once again, is this New Day government, this PLP administration, misspeaking again? And they're prone to misspeak. Our Prime Minister leads the league in misspeaks, misspokes, and misspokens with no errors. And in the House, no less, majority of the time. So why not some correspondence, proper correspondence that says, well, we couldn't make this trip, make another trip, and you know, the royals will be here, but not this lap. Put it out with the same conviction from the office of the Prime Minister. But I see no print out there. It's just, you know, King Charles saying that. And they could say anything. Mouth could say anything. So is it a royal snub? And a snub is a royal snub. So, of course, you expect it with diplomacy. We are the royals. We are from Britain. We'll do it diplomatically. Old boy. But we'll take another photo, Brave, and I know you love that. Yeah. So, yeah, is it a royal snub or is it another misspeak by this PLP administration? I want to know. Hit me up on the text lines, call in, and let me know what the deal is. Because at this juncture, you know, I want your opinion. All right, I see a text to chime in. It was both. How so, Dexter? What do you mean it's both? I mean, you greedy. I got to make you choose. Is it a royal snub, or it is another misspeak? Okay, we got to vote for misspoken. So it's not a royal snub. It was just a misspeaking over again. All right. And the Royals didn't send a rep naughty. Don't forget that. So I guess that is more snub than misspeak. All right, so we got a vote for royal snub in one column and a vote for misspeak in another, and we're off. Hit me up on the text lines. Let me know how you feel. All right, my God, look here. Jesus, okay, hold on. We'll get you in the buzz. We'll get you in the buzz. I promise. Get you in the bus. It's all coming up. All right. Now, so here's the deal. I got one for royal snub, one for misspoke. Here's another one. Misspoke. Not both. You got to choose one. Royal snub. So we're off and running. 4 misspokens and 2 royal snubs. So we'll figure it out by the end of the day. But speaking of the OPM and putting out stuff, I saw a particular tweet either to a Facebook page or a Twitter account from the OPM, directly or indirectly. I have no problem with Mr. Raman, man. The trait, what do you mean, yellow people? I mean, come on. It is 2023. What do you mean, yellow people? There's so many ways people can interpret that. And you don't want them to look at it in a jaundiced kind of way. That's kind of yellow in itself. So, what do you mean, yellow people? Is that a political reference? Or are you inferring to certain entities help throw a grand bash? Or were you caught up in the moment of the 50th? The only 50th we'll ever have. So obviously, whatever the administration of the day would be in would be the only person who throws said 50th. Nobody throws a 50th like the yellow people. Is that an inference or what? Oh, Lord. Be on the lookout, Mr. Producer, for Sparky. You know, Sparky's hit me now and tell me, look here, I'm about to call in. All right, so let's go to the Sparkmeister. Let's talk to Sparky as we slide out of the headliners, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Let me get into the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And yes, I still got to talk about a couple of more things in the buzz after I talk to Sparky, but let's slide on him with Sparky. What's going on, Sparky?
Hey, what's up, Nonny?
What's going on, Sparky? Sparky, let him know that the room...
It's been confirmed now that I am the original and the best bucket mouth master and ratchet jaw king.
You forgot Concord too, but anyway, that's a different story.
Remember when you're small, you got your snotty nose and everything?
Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, with a little bit of happiness and sadness in my dearly departed, passed away. Some of those didn't make it to independence, but they came through. They left on Saturday to go to the final resting place.
And a lot who made a big imprint in the 50 years to help us get where we need to be and shape where we are in a positive way.
You know, I would like to start from the top, because they always say start from the top, going down to the damn dirty, crooked two people. I'd like to congratulate, I said this before on another talk show, I'd like to congratulate the Governor General of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the way he dressed for independence. I think it was sharp. I think it was outstanding. The colors, his movement, I think he played the role. And then it comes to our Prime Minister, his casual dress with his not-though-coat and tied, neck-tied white shirt and thing like some British man. You know, he was rather Caribbean and tropical for the climate and everything. and the outstanding uniforms of all of our uniform officers, the different branches. All the events today, I thought it went on beautifully. I mean, I realized the crowd has outgrown the center of independence that we call Clifford Park. It's obvious that we have outgrown that area.
But Sparky, $2 million was spent to upgrade Clifford Park. Where? I saw the videos. I saw the events. Lipstick on a pig.
I didn't hear what you say. I heard you say you saw everything.
I said you were talking about Clifford Park. And
yeah, I'm saying as compared. Okay, I've been there. Brave and I was 22 years old in 1973. I'm 1 month older than Brave David. So we were 22. The difference with the crowd then that I remember compared to what I saw, I couldn't even get to the park. I went out early in the day down by Aquafire out on Gambia, and I'll say I'll wake myself up to Tiki Bikini, hit Green Parrots, come back at the park, then go to Joe Well, I ended up at the grave with the brown bottles and fire. Aquafire. Tried to get into Chippendale. When we reached by Sanders Beach, the traffic line started. We turned the five-legged roundabout, trying to get to Wolf Road. That was crowded. Market Street was crowded. East Street was crowded. Everything headed towards Fort was crowded. I ended up not even making it to Joe Costume and everything was ready to go. I didn't even get to bake. I just ended up home. But I'd like to congratulate the Bahamian people on everything. I think it was a job well done. I'm naughty. I know we spent some money, and I know our children and grandchildren how to pay it back. But there's some things that disappoint me, naughty. But, we expect it. As beautiful as Joe is, and as much as we enjoy Joe, we got some fools, and I know they're black people. They could take the time to go down on Bay Street, in the middle of Bay Street, with Joe coming down from East Street, everybody having fun and enjoying the music, to start fighting. Hello, Naughty?
I'm listening. I'm right here with you.
I mean, you will leave over the hill to go down there to look for a group from another area where you to start your fight over on Bay Street, knowing a lot of police could be around there, plain clothes and this and that, to cause disturbance with a bunch of Bahamians trying to enjoy their 50th anniversary. Some of them was not born when the first one happened. Now we doing the Silver Jubilee. You coming over there to be stupid with your DR-rich, picky head self. Show it off and embarrassing the Bahamian people. You embarrass my country to start a fight on Bay Street, whatever the problem is. Fight over in East Street somewhere. Fight over down in Downtown Village. Fight down in the back where nobody see you. But to come on Bay Street and do that stupid, it's sad. But we got a lot of job to do. What I say, and I said this before, Naughty, the PLP was there at the first one. The PLP was there at the 50th. And I'm praying that Brave get us started. Whatever we end up in 2026, I want us to be started on the road now to recovery and get this country back together, where not only the elites are enjoying this land, where the poor average Bahamian can afford to buy land, build homes, and afford to go to the food store and buy corned beef and white rice. It seems like only certain people in this country getting everything, and the masses of the people, the black people, are being taken over by foreigners who come into our country telling us what to do and living large and in charge on our natural resources.
Boy, I think I lost you there, Sparky. But yeah, I concur with you on the element of, foreign entities taking advantage of our natural resources and so on and so forth. However, you're talking about the PIP was there in the first one, and they was there at the 50th. And Clifford Park been the same condition ever since. $2 million in upgrades. Where? How? What? When? Who? Especially who got the contract for that? Boy, text line's blowing up. Wow, look at this. 18 Royal Snub. 17 Misspokens. Wow. It's a hot one today. It's a nice one. But yeah. So, let me check down the list. A couple of more things I had to query about. 300 national honors. 300. Some posthumously as well. And I'm glancing and I'm like, all right, that's a big list. Who's deserving? Who's a crony? And heck, if 300 given out, why didn't I get one? For 25 years of stand-up comedy, locally and internationally, taking the Bahamas to the world. Huh? Well, we know why. It's okay. They just said, give me a award. I don't think I touch it. Taboo. It seems like everything they touch, you know, you got the Midas touch or the natty touch. Hey! Anyhow. And then finally, as we get to the break, wrapping up the buzz from John Shoes. Don't forget that John's is the authorized distributor for chefwear, the most respected global culinary brand. John's carries chef jackets, chef pants, aprons, and hats, all designed to keep culinary professionals cool and comfortable. John is also now carrying chef knife sets by Mercer Culinary, and tools that make you a better chef across the board. All available at John's Careware, Rosetta, and Carmichael Road. So I think that's pretty much it as far as, oh, and this one here, headline coming in. Heard Jared Higgs with the report. An 82-year-old woman was sexually assaulted in a Centerville home early this morning. According to police, they're now searching for a 50-year-old man believed to be responsible for the burglary and attack. The incident reportedly occurred around 1:30 at a home in Centerville, in the Centerville area. Police said in a statement, preliminary reports indicate that the victim was asleep at her home off Wolf Road when she was awoken and assaulted by the male. Police are aggressively investigating this incident and appeal to members of the public, especially those who have elderly females living alone, to ensure that their homes are well secured and outfitted with durable locks and bolts to minimize these incidents from occurring. And of course, don't forget, if Brave gave you a rape whistle, blow that too. All right, let's get to the break. Out of the break, we'll be going to Freeport for the Grand Bahama Report. I got Sarah Kirkby lined up. Y'all keep it coming. Off to a good start on the Tuesday, July 11th edition of Talking Heads. Keep it right where you got it. It continues right after this.
Chill this summer with the flavor of butter pecan ice cream and the kick of Dunkin' iced coffee. The Dunkin' Butter Pecan Crunch blends frozen coffee with the flavor of butter pecan, topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and crunchy cocoa caramel sprinkles. Join the pecan party with a Dunkin' Butter Pecan donut filled with butter pecan flavored buttercream, topped with vanilla icing and crunchy sweet butternut topping. Yes, you can butter pecan. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together, and we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations, we're with you on this journey. For every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Tired of paying too many bills and loan payments each month?
Shrink your monthly debt payments down to one easy payment with our debt consolidation loan.
It also has a built-in savings that pays you 5% interest.
Inquire about our debt consolidation loans today.
Call 356-7764.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan. From the friends you can trust. It's winning winning is a must. Come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
A lot of folks are wondering, what is the Agrarian Awards? It's an award show to celebrate the people who produce the food that feeds the country. So September 16th, we're giving out trophies and money to young farmers, backyard farmers, sheep runners, goat herders, pea pickers, onion planters, basically everyone. But we couldn't fit all that on the invite, so we put Agrarian Awards instead. Go to adobahamas.org to find out how to nominate your favorite agrarian. The Agrarian Awards, September 16th.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, July 11th edition of Talking Heads. And getting ready to go to Freeport. Don't forget you can chime in Nassau, 323-6232, 325-4316, 326-4259. Toll free in Grand Bahama, Abaco, Andros, Eleuthera, Exuma, and all the family islands, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go, GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Then we're going to get down there to Grand Bahama. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hello.
Hello.
Buddy.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, if I tell you what's happening, Noddy, you might talk it. You know what I mean? So.
Get on news. Bring me up, man. I've been on the road doing a comedy gig. I'm trying to get back.
The GNN, I've been doing some stuff lately, being real about it. You know what I mean? I hear Sparky call. And he was giving accolades to this and that and the next thing. But see, the GNN can keep it real, man.
You know, Bravesy boy, man. Bravesy boy. You know you can lead of it.
Yeah, the GNN can keep it real, man. Because prior to the 50th, I look around. I try to write down 5 things to be proud of. And I even didn't get to number 2. You understand me? So even although I'm proud to be a Bahamian, I am certainly not proud of the direction my country is going within 50 years. I'm certainly disappointed in that. You understand me? We 50 plus 1 now, ain't make no sense Bahamian, be duplicitous and want to be politically correct no more. We got to call it naughty what it is. You understand me?
Right.
While everybody was partying on the 4th, the man was in the yard turning off their light. You understand me? The fella was around the corner shooting gun and robbing. Fella breaking in the woman house and raping the elderly woman. All these things still going on. 50 plus 1. We got to get it.
But nobody want to talk that. And like I said earlier, I have a lot to say that I could be proud of as a Bahamian, but I can also say,
no, we can be proud.
Yeah, we could have been better. Where could we be,
Listen, Noddy, you could be proud to be Bahamian anywhere in the world. Correct. I could go in Dubai and be proud to be Bahamian. I just don't like the way my country going.
Right.
You understand me?
And I think a lot of Bahamians share the same sentiment that you have. I say a lot of Bahamians share the same sentiment that you have.
Yeah, we got to get it right, man. Listen, tell them beating up tourists and body slamming tourists and all them kind of things, man.
Hey, get on news. I heard some very disturbing reports from multiple reliable sources down there in the Family Island. Apparently, those quote-unquote Bahamian fellas are Bahamians of Haitian extraction, like Brave like to say.
But some talk show hosts don't like you to say that of Bahamian extraction, but that's exactly what they was.
So, I think we got to see what's going on down there, because that's not good for the product. That's not good for the look. That's not good at all.
Let me tell you something. I was at the hospital this morning checking on my leg because I got a broken leg, and two police officers was there. One of them was high-ranking police officer. That was the talk this morning. And the police said, I can't call your name and your number. He said, let me tell you something, buddy. Abaco finished. Now, that's coming from the police. Abaco, if he call it one other name, he ain't call it the Bahamas. He called it another name, and he said, write that off, because we ain't doing nothing about it.
Well, Ghetto, I appreciate you chiming in, but I got to get to Grand Bahama. I want you to hit me up tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
All right?
Okay, Noddy.
All right, I appreciate you. All right, let's get to Sarah Kirkby down there in Grand Bahama. Caller, I see you. I'll get to you all. You can either hold tight, or as soon as I'm finished with Sarah, hit me right back. All right, I appreciate all y'all coming out in waves. Like I tell you, they didn't buy me. They didn't muzzle me. I'm right here. Can I not wear my comedian hat from time to time? But bump. Sarah Kirkby, Grand Bahama, what's going on? How was your independence?
It was good. I had a great time, and but let me tell you, buddy, it was hot.
All right, now listen, out of the gate.
Yeah,
I know you tight with the Royals. You like to put on your hat and your tea gloves.
That's right.
Royal snub, or this administration misspeaking again?
Oh, that's a hard one because I don't know the actual answer, but I do know that there was a visit of the British Minister David Rutley, the UK Minister for Americas and the Caribbean, who came to attend the state reception. There's a story on 242 we just put out today about that from the British High Commission, that they set that out. So there was a minister here who brought everything, I presume also brought the message that was played as well. So I don't know. I'd like to think it wasn't a snub. I don't think, but I don't know why he wasn't here. I was hoping to see Charles himself. Though I don't think my mom's a big fan of his mother. Of his wife, sorry. Big fan of his mother's.
I know. Yeah, there you go.
I know. I figured, I don't think he would have snubbed it. I just don't think that would have happened. So maybe it was a miscommunication.
But listen, I mean, nonetheless, that's the end of it. How is independence in Grand Bahama? I'm looking at it right now. It's 21-19 in favor of the Royal snub.
All right, we'll have to see. We'll have to get Mr. Hartley on the phone and find out. But I don't know. It's all very political at that point, so I don't think we'll get that answer. Grand Bahama independence was good. We unfortunately, when we first started really hitting it was last week when they had the road race, and unfortunately it was raining here, so it wasn't really great for the turnout. But it really started to build up from the Wednesday event at Fish Fry, and then it went to the launch of the Goombay Summer, which was packed. It was packed out there for Goombay Summer, and I have to say Ministry of Tourism did a great job. The groups were amazing. It was the Swingers and the Platinum Knights were out, so that was great. And so that was really good. So that kind of kicked it into high gear. And then we had the big show on Sunday, which was I never say that word right. I can't say it. Which was organized. I'll give it up. It was organized by two guys who are big participants in the Freeport Players Guild. And so Alfred and Preston, and I heard they did an amazing job. It was a packed crowd out there. So it was really good. And then fireworks went off for us here at after 12:30 actually. And then we've also had huge decorations, and we highlighted in the paper two gorgeous ones that I thought stood out, which was Grand Bahama Power and Elnet did a beautiful job. But there are gorgeous decorations all over the island, which I presume is just the same in Nassau. So it's been really great the last couple of days seeing everybody really celebrate. But boy, those fireworks in Nassau were amazing. The drones and also Atlantis's big show.
Well, I'll tell you, man, I heard there was some improvements to the tattoo, the drone show, the dogs, because they had never changed the show in so many years. Them dogs were fully aged, and most of the old crew finally died, so now they got some good new dogs. So that was nice to see. But yeah,
everybody said in Freeport that they did the tattoo here. They put this big castle up, and it was great.
Now, listen, when they had the Empire State lit up, I like that. I thought
that was gorgeous, yeah.
The water tower, that was solid. But I'm just saying, me personally, I'm still trying to figure out where the 2 million to renovate
When?
Clifford Park went to.
Oh,
'Cause
Clifford Park, yeah.
It looked the same damn way since the PRB 50 years ago. So I don't know.
I know they had a lot of expenses too. I also thought, Big Ben got lit up in London as well. Someone sent me pictures of that, and also Niagara
a lot of
Falls.
people got lit up in London, but yeah, I get it. Niagara Falls.
I think a lot of people got lit up in general.
I wonder how much they paid to light up Niagara Falls. The
Empire State and Big Ben. Do you pay for that? Pay for that? Do you think?
I don't know. I got to find out if it's on our dime or if they worked a favor.
Yeah, maybe. It was great to have it recognized, I think, and for Bahamians to be able to spread that all over. I mean, I know we had a couple of bad incidents that have put stuff over with the incident at Nippers and Abaco. That was really, really sad to see.
Hey, that situation in Abaco with Nippers, with the golf carts and all, let me be honest, man, regardless of how it happened or your
it should not have. Yeah,
it shouldn't have happened, especially with the tourist product. That's number one.
No.
But if there is a problem now of Bahamians of Haitian descent over there, and which I'm hearing from people a little closer to it than you, and I'm not taking anything away from what you say.
No, I agree with you. I don't live in that community.
Especially if it's going to damage the tourist product, and we've reached that climate now where they're taking on tourists. It's crazy.
No, and we always talk about this. We know Daphne DeGregory from the Chamber of Commerce over there. She makes some very good points, and she's all about human rights and everything being, taking care of people and coming into the country legally. But there has to be rules. I do totally understand that, and this is something that we cannot let happen. And then what Sparky mentioned as well, there was an incident on Bay Street. That can't happen either. These are not the times for these things to happen, especially when we're still recovering from everything. I mean, granted, tourism is going well, but we cannot mess it up at any point.
Yeah, we got to creep before we walk, and we get into that walking stage, so we can't mess it up now. But I appreciate you chiming in as always. I got to get to the break, but I appreciate you.
We didn't even get to talk about our stories today. Can I have 5
Go ahead, hurry up, let's go.
So we have this big one for us is the Port Authority is looking to talk with licensees, but we still have not heard from the government. That's what they're saying.
Well, Mr. Mitchell goes, he can throw that rock now, but he can duck and hide until he really got to revisit the situation. And I didn't think he was going to get the response that he did. So it's good to know that the Grand Bahama Port Authority is open to honest talks with the stakeholders. That's refreshing to hear. Now, can we make that happen?
Yeah.
And can we get that meeting at the table with all honest people, considering we get a deal with politicians? Let's see.
Yeah, well, I also want to call out, if you look at this story today, there's, a lot of people will not speak to the paper. We have a lot of problems with people trying to do interviews and people saying stuff. They all want to talk. You know how it is, Naughty. Not everybody will get on the line like Sparky does and other people and say things. And we had a lovely lady who's a small shop owner, and she spoke out today in the paper. And I really want to shout out to her because that was really big of her. And she's calling out both the government and the Port Authority. And she's speaking out. So kudos to her for saying what she thought about stuff. That takes a lot.
Yeah,
the other word I'm thinking.
And more Bahamians need to do so. Because remember now, it's about country first.
Yeah,
if nobody's going to think country, then we got to step up and think country while the politicians think politics.
Yeah, agreed. You can't sit there and complain all the time and not say anything. And expect other people to go out in front and say it for you. You've all got to step up to the front. Everyone has to say something. Like you get up and speak all the time. It can't always be the same people. Everyone has to, if you want changes to happen, you can't just sit there and just, expect it to happen by sitting at a cocktail party and complaining about it. You have to actually get up there and let your voice be heard. So that's why I was very proud of the licensees that got together and said something. And I'm very proud of this lady and other people that are speaking up that, and they want this government and the Port Authority to let us be heard as licensees and what we think about what happens here.
And it's always good when you got a stake in the game and you're actually involved in the process and the conversation.
Exactly. And so I'll go really quickly on the other two, so you let me get them in. Talking about our Lucayo National Park has finally rebounded and is looking amazing. I went there with visitors. It is gorgeous. It used to be the most visited park in the whole of the Bahamas. So I am thrilled it has gotten back after it was devastated in Dorian. So hats off to that team. And they're doing even more out there to make it such a great park. The DRA were in town 2 weeks ago, and they finished the septic tanks for the homes that are out at Sweetings Key. Sweetings Key has been totally rebuilt by Darren and his whole Rotary group. I mean, not Darren himself, but it's all the Rotarians have done an amazing job throughout the Bahamas to bring this key back. And now this is a nice final touch for these homeowners as well. So I'd like you to have a look at that. And then some grants went to some great Grand Bahama businesswomen. And so you can read the feature in there and then see pictures from some of our events over the weekend. And thank you for letting me squeeze that in.
No problem, man. So let's get to the break real quick, and then we'll come to wrap things up, at the flip side of the break. But thanks for chiming in as always, Sarah. Appreciate
Thanks.
you.
Maybe
We'll talk again.
Darren might chime in, so he might get to you. I hope he does.
All right, we'll talk. Anyway, be safe. Thanks for chiming in. Mr. Producer.
Thank you.
Line up that tune for me, man, because I want to get this in before the break, and I'll be honest with you. I want to do this correctly, and I don't want to ruffle no feathers when I do this, but you know me, Uncle Naughty. There's always be the voice to say what needs to be said. I will say what a lot of you want to say, but just don't have the cojones to say it. That's what I'm here for. Now, I want to send a special shout out to Elkin, all right? Bahamas. Listen, man, you did a great job pushing your song, getting it to go viral, all of that. And you know, Uncle Naughty can talk about music. You hear who I come in with, the late great MDs. I've been associated with the biggest and the best Bahamian artists over the last 25 years. Easy. And the veterans included who preceded and led the way. So I know of whence I talk. Now listen, you did a great job making it go viral. You did a great job of people going to your Apple and your Spotify and getting that hit. Hey, that's how you do it. The marketing and promotion side of me give you mad props. Elkin, for real. But the talk show host realist in me gotta let you know you had 14 minutes and 50 seconds. After this Independence weekend, your 14 minutes and 50 seconds are running out. When you get to your 15 minutes, you done. You can be right there with Miss Florida, the Johnsons, Car Wash, Cindy Patrice Jackson. Yeah, she finished. I hear my own girl Brittany Harris took care of that. But anyway, Mr. Producer, let's go. Run the track. Let's get to Elkin. Elkin, I enjoyed your 15. You hit it at the right time, bro. You knocked it out the park. And if you want to come on the show and chop it up, and let's talk shop on how you did it and made it go viral, mi casa es tu casa, all right? But your 15 minutes, about to go. Ding, Mr. Producer, run the track.
Come, my dear. Bring Miss Ring. Miss Carrie, come, my dear. Bring Miss Ring.
Miss Spoke and Royal Snub. So I guess both could be correct in this instant. Anyhow, let me get this text. Good afternoon on the great independence celebration, but Keith Bell still needs to be fired, though. We have not forgotten. Boy, you're cool, and you're easy, and you all remember like elephant. I love it. Anyway, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break. The news is coming up at the 5 o'clock hour. We're going to talk sports. Pearl will be in the building. Let's get it.
You're making disturbances. It's better to see.
Attention all KFC lovers! Are you ready to get crazy on Tuesdays? Now you can get 5 juicy mouth-watering pieces of KFC chicken for only $10. It's crazy! 5 pieces of world-famous KFC chicken, handmade with a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices for only $10. Don't miss out! This crazy offer is only on Tuesdays and only at KFC. KFC Nassau. It's finger-licking good.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
The Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority invites all private companies and civic organizations to adopt a roundabout. This is your chance to stand out from the crowd, beautify and enhance our local areas for residents and tourists alike, just in time for the 50th anniversary of our independence. With this opportunity, you can engage persons on the go, generate media interest, and promote your company. Stand out and celebrate 50. For more information, you can call 242-604-3750.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Chill this summer with the flavor of butter pecan ice cream and the kick of Dunkin' iced coffee. The Dunkin' Butter Pecan Crunch blends frozen coffee with the flavor of butter pecan, topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and crunchy cocoa caramel sprinkles. Join the pecan party with a Dunkin' Butter Pecan donut filled with butter pecan flavored buttercream, topped with vanilla icing and crunchy sweet butternut topping. Yes, you can butter pecan. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Back at you on the Tuesday, July 11th edition of Talking Heads. Mr. Producer, check my headphones for me, please. I kind of lost you there in the headphones. But nonetheless, we're back at you on the Tuesday, July 11th edition of Talking Heads. We're into the 5 o'clock hour. We're talking sports. And, of course, it's all about today in sports history. All brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Be sure to check them out Monday through Friday. Great for lunch and dinner. Then on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, great for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Different special daily as well, so give them a call, 377-7776. See what they got chefed up for you today. And don't forget, happy hour every Wednesday, every Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. at Naughty Johnny's. Always worth the trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza with Naughty Johnny's. All right, we got today in sports history lined up, but before I get into that, do we have Pearly zoomed in yet? Do we have Earl the Pearl zoomed in yet? Or is Pearly on mute? So.
Yeah, I had stepped away. I thought the news was still on.
Oh, you thought the news was still on?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. We're back. But hey, before I jump in, job well done, my brother. Greatly appreciated. You did such a good job. I had people in the Family Honors calling me. I had people in New Providence coming up and you did Guardian, but what's going on? I was like, no. I had to handle some comedy obligations trying to get home to the family right now as we speak. But I commend you. Job well done. Greatly appreciated, man.
Thank you. I got some good compliments. A particular very old friend from kindergarten saw me at church Sunday and told me how, they tuned in and couldn't tune away. I did a good job filling in for Naughty. So
there you go, man.
Some people ask me, are you leaving the show? I said, no, he ain't getting a cotton picking step. He just trying to be funny somewhere.
This ain't Stephen A. and Kellerman. This ain't, ski up, Sharon and Skip. This me and you, man. This the new Billboard and Corn High show. We don't break up.
But speaking of breakup, you see how many people. Well, that's normal. But you see how many people ESPN let go? So many people.
Right. That ESPN, they fired them people out of Israelites, like out of Egypt. They was leaving. Big names too. Jalen Rose, Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman, the aforementioned, just to name a few. Yeah. Then, of course, from the basketball, you had Van Gundy let go.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the girl who's on the show, with Stephen A. Smith, they let her go too. What's her name? Susie, somebody?
Susie Colbert?
I think they let her go. Who married to Jay Williams?
I don't know.
Oh, one of them married, and I think they let one go and keep one.
One of them was married to Jalen Rose, but Jalen gone, and now she's shacking up with Stephen A. Smith. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's
Molly
the girl right there who hosting, yeah.
But then you let, Stephen A. side chick go. She good.
And they paying Stephen A. like $8 million a year, man.
That's $7 million too much if you ask me.
No. But they do. I mean, out of all that money, I think they saved quite a whole ton of money. They saved letting all the people go.
Now,
in the millions.
You know who I have issue with? I have issue with ESPN on a different note. You laid off a lot of people, obviously. However, they have not addressed that Michael Irvin situation. In all intents and purposes, everything looks like they were talking crap when it comes to Michael Irvin. And it's almost training camp time. They need to put Michael Irvin back on air and put him back in the booth.
What happened to I don't think he's coming back.
Well, then let him go. Don't hold up his contract and let him go to Fox, CBS, or wherever else he can land, and he'll do well. He's a big name in our market.
He sure is.
And especially if he's vindicated and he did nothing wrong.
That's true. That's true. And he has been vindicated.
But ESPN ain't loyal. You can see that. You can see ESPN is
Disney,
not loyal.
It ain't ESPN, it's Disney.
Well, Disney ain't loyal and ESPN ain't loyal. And
yeah.
Let me leave that alone.
It's the parent company that's pulling all these stunts.
I just happen to think Disney still runs a great operation with the theme park. It's always packed. They do an outstanding job.
Yeah. So what's happening? Bahama games going on. I was watching a little volleyball with Abaco and Grand Bahama a few minutes ago.
Pearly, I know we had the folks on the show we were ready to go, but why were I hearing, negative reports on social media about ticketing and so on and so forth? Did they get that all worked out?
I was told everything was, when they came on the show, they said everything was fine. You could have gone to the Kendall Isaacs gym to buy, or you could buy online. And it was the third place they called. But they said the tickets are available, it's fine. But I mean, what I saw, it had a reasonable crowd, not sold out, reasonable crowd for middle of the day,
And what events have gone down? They still got events going on, right?
Baseball is happening. Sailing, Long Island swept. Sailing, Long Island got class A, B, and C. New Susan Chase, I forget the name of the two. Susie Q and another one, I think.
I hear they won the sheep running category too. Long Island's on fuego.
Well, they continue that up, but I saw very interesting. I was watching the Bahamas, the Independence celebration, and the announcers was trying to call some names of sailors and didn't mention one Knowles, considering that Long Island dominates sailing in this country right now. Mark Knowles and family dominate sailing.
That list of honorees left a lot to be desired in a lot of people's opinions. So you just leave it how it is and keep it moving.
Man, listen, trust me. I mean, even in the circles I follow, they questioning some of those names.
But that's another story for another day when you come on and talk at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So,
but the games are going on well. Volleyball is going on. Baseball is going on. Softball. So, I mean, from what I understand, the games themselves are going on very well. And everybody is happy with the participation and the level of competition.
Well, let's get in today in sports history. All brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. And don't forget, on this day, July 11th, Babe Ruth in 1914 debuted in the Major Leagues for the Boston Red Sox. 1960 in Honolulu, Hawaii, the first tournament held outside the continental USA, sanctioned by the U.S. Golf Association, began. 1985, Nolan Ryan of the Houston Astros became the first Major League pitcher to earn 4,000 strikeouts in a career. 1987, Bo Jackson signed a contract to play football for the LA Raiders for 5 years. He was also continued to play baseball for the Kansas City Royals. 1994, Sean Eckert was sentenced in Portland, Oregon to 18 months in prison for his role in the attack on figure skater Nancy Kerrigan. In 1995, you remember they had Nancy in the knee with the crowbar?
Yep.
Tanya Harding. What a train wreck she turned out to be.
Yep.
Tanya Harding, that is. 1995, Mickey Mantle made his final public appearance. It was to increase awareness of organ donation programs. And the sports quote of the day, one thought-driven hope is better than 3 left on base. James Leader. All right? Well, James Yeah, for real. But that wasn't Yogi that time. All right, let's slide up into the local sports scene. All brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. Be sure to try that California Whopper today. It's all good. All right? Now, let's check out the sports scene. The Bahamas games, all right, ends and the CAC games are with 4 medals. The Bahamas edged the CAC Games with 4 medals, so 4 is better than nothing. At the BAAA Nationals wrap-up, the athletes have all turned in strong performances, so we should have solid international teams moving forward.
Yeah,
And
I
as
think
far
we
as,
had a number of athletes qualified for the World Championships.
Not coming out of the BAAA Nationals, and so we'll definitely have a look at where we end up.
Yeah.
Internationally, we got a lot of potential. Lots of potential there, Pearly.
Man, I had while you were gone, I had the B3As come on with Demarius Cash, and he brought 3 athletes. The sprint sensation out of Queens College, the javelin sensation out of St. Augustine's, and then the male javelin sensation out of St. John's. That brother tall and he big, you know. I thought he was a skinny little runt.
Tall and he big.
Yes,
What is he? Big and tall, or just tall and big?
Tall and big, whatever man you want to go, but he has a good size, good build for the javelin, and I see good things happening with him in the future. I was very happy to talk to them all.
So the future's bright, like I said, track and field wise, and I'm glad to know the field events are now taking over. Got quite a few, like you say, field athletes to go along with the track athletes.
Yes, you're doing well. I'm very proud of them. You know.
Now, can we maintain? Can we coach them in the right direction? Can we get them to the level where they need to be?
We have several Bahamian coaches in the United States and colleges, so our athletes are getting opportunities. You're seeing more and more of our kids going off to school and on track scholarships. So I'm very happy with the way that track and field looks for the future in the country.
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed that it all pans out. And speaking of, internationally, got to big up the I-Elite baseball program. Had some growing pains in the 12U division there, Pearly. You know how it is when you step up for the first time and you see what, big boy baseball is like.
Yeah.
At a high level. And they did very well, all things considered, first time playing as a team together. And Duran Sands, hats off to him. And Coach Avard and Coach Pedro, they do a great job with that I-Elite program. But Duran Sands especially, a lot of people don't know this because he's so quiet and humble, but he was honored by the city of Miami for his contributions to baseball internationally.
Wonderful. Congratulations. Wonderful.
With his pipeline with the and he's a great kid.
Yeah.
And, I support him in his endeavors. He runs a good program. And, like I said, we dealing with a little mini Kershaw and stuff, but boy, I tell you, and them Cat X spots was a little hot this weekend, across the board.
Okay.
But we'll take 5 Ks in one game and go away and say we good. You know what I mean?
All right, that's good. That's good stuff.
Potential is shown across the board by a lot of players, man. We got a lot to be ecstatic about and excited about from the 10U division, 12U division, and 14 division that's coming up through the pipeline. And I hear there's a crop of T-ballers that are ferocious. So they should be coming through the pipeline in a couple of years too.
All right. I think baseball has a good future in the country.
Hold on now. That's what me and you got to talk about. We got a lot of potential, but how bright is the future? Are we going to get the disgruntled adults that are having this grandiose urination contest over baseball in this country together at a table and hammer it out for the benefit and the sake of the kids? Or are we going to just let it continue the way it's been going?
There needs to be some dialogue. There needs to be some dialogue, and I'm sure cooler heads and smarter heads will prevail at the end of the day. I have that confidence.
Cooler heads should prevail. Ironic you said that too, but cooler heads should prevail, but it hasn't, And it's getting to be the 7th inning there, Pearly. Time for me to stand up, stretch, and if I was in Baltimore, I'd sing "Country Boy" by John Denver. You remember that?
Yep, I remember.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. 7th inning stretch in Baltimore, always John Denver, Country Boy.
Yep. Speaking of 7 inning stretch in Baltimore, I watched the home run derby last night. My man only had 11. My man only had 11, but it was the novelty of it.
Old boy from the Mariners, Rodriguez, he was phenomenal. 41.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. He burnt out at the end.
He hit it all in one shot.
Yeah.
These young fellas, you got to teach them about pacing themselves, Burley.
Yeah. But Vlade Jr. did well. Vlade Jr. did extremely well.
He finally got one.
Yeah, he got one.
Because he's come close a lot of times.
That's the only thing Toronto can get this year anyway, so, God be the glory.
Saw our guy Bo Bichette doing his thing. I don't blink.
Bo was
alumni.
funny. Bo was funny.
Got
He
jokes.
was funny.
Yeah, boy.
He was funny, yeah. I see must he hang out with you a little bit.
Bo all right with me, man. He came to Jokers, as a matter of fact. Him and his dad. So, yeah, I get that he has a good sense of humor.
Speaking of Jokers, I'm being nagged to go there, so we have to talk.
I'm back Thursday.
Okay.
Back on stage Thursday.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So, we're looking at it right now.
Yeah, but I just want to encourage people to get out to the Bahama Games. We have some good athletes, and there's this 16-year-old girl, Hannah. I forgot her last name, out of Abaco. Very impressive volleyball player.
Hannah Montana?
No, it ain't Hannah Montana. I forget Hannah. I can't. Oh, Ingram, I want to say, but don't you quote me on the last name. But she was, very impressive. I watched her serve. She has a lot of potential. Only 16, a lot of potential, and the volleyball was good between Abaco and Grand Bahama. And you had some good baseball as well. And sailing was phenomenal. Sailing was just phenomenal. So get out there and support the Bahama Games. Only $2, $2 to get in.
Only $2, man.
If you want to buy the all access to all games, $50, and that take you to everything, all from the start to the finish, the finals, everything. So
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not bad. It's fun. It's good entertainment. By this, let's get people to come out and see it.
All right. So, Pearly, we got to go to Who's In, Who's Out right now, all brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. That's a wrap on the home court, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. All right.
Who's in and who's out, boy?
We can talk about who's in and who's out right now. All brought to you, of course, like I said, by Tropical Gyros.
My rookie has been sent down to AAA, Miguel Vargas. He just wasn't hacking it. That's
all right. He'll be back, Pearly.
No. He needs to get down there a bit. You can see he lost his confidence a little bit, so he needs to get back down there in his comfort zone, gain his confidence back, and hopefully he'll get back up, But right now, Jason Hayward is playing such great baseball. They can move Mookie to second base and put Jason in right and really don't lose that much. So, and Mookie's been looking really good at second base, turning the double play, everything like that. So, and he's hitting the cover off the ball.
He is. You can't deny that. But now there's a proposal. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
We got the midseason Major League Power Rankings. We're all 30 teams stand at the All-Star break. And hot last, the Kansas City Royals, 29 the Oakland A's, 28 the Colorado Rockies, 27 the Washington Nationals, 26 the Chicago White Sox, 25 the St. Louis Cardinals, 24 the Detroit Tigers, 23 the Pittsburgh Pirates, 22 the New York Mets, 21 the Los Angeles Angels, 20 the San Diego Padres, 19 the Minnesota Twins, 18 the Cleveland Guardians, 17 the Chicago Cubs, 16 the Seattle Mariners, 15 the New York Yankees.
That's where you're about. In terms of your schedule and all that.
14 the Boston Red Sox. How'd that happen? San Francisco, 49 and 41, take up the 13th spot. Number 12, the Philadelphia Phillies. Number 11, the Milwaukee Brewers. Number 10, the Houston Astros. Number 9, the Toronto Blue Jays. Number 8, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
We got a bunch of injuries. We got 3 rookies starting pitching. We had 3 rookies play start on 3. We had 5 rookies start one day.
Yeah, but
you're playing the Dodgers AAA team right now. He's still hanging in there. Huh?
You're doing well. Texas Rangers.
First place.
Yeah, you're 51 and 38. The Rangers at number 7, 52 and 39. Number 6, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Number 5, the Cincinnati Reds. The Cincinnati Reds at 50 and 41.
They're playing really good baseball right now.
Can somebody say Ellie De La Cruz? Ellie De La Cruz.
He's exciting right now. He's doing great things right now.
This dude stole second, he stole third, then he stole home on 2 pitches.
Yep.
And he hits the cover off the baseball. Fastest exit out of the park off the bat. Bat to barrel to ball, fastest in the league.
And fastest from home to third in the league as well.
53 and 39, the number 4 Miami Marlins. Is this an aberration, Burley? Is this going to change, or are they for real? Let me know. We lost Pearly. Put himself on mute.
Playing great baseball.
You dipping in and
Are
out,
you there?
Pearly. Yeah, I can hear you. You dipping in and out right there.
I think that was you. This internet is extremely high right there. I think that's that place where you at.
The internet high or somebody else high? I
The internet.
Sorry.
The internet.
The Baltimore Orioles 54-35, number 3. The Tampa Bay Rays 58-35, number 2, and the Atlanta Braves 60-29. Listen, they might be for real. The Braves are playing ridiculously good baseball.
Teddy, and my son been, they both are big Atlanta Braves fans. They've been rubbing it in, right? I told them I have one thing to say. The Dodgers finished with 111 wins last year. Don't build your hopes up yet.
All right. So, be ready to go. We got to move it from sports now, from baseball to football, NFL action. And apparently, a lot of questions arising. And
happening.
I'm talking about just in the league, you got the last final touches of free agency. But here's something that popped up. They had a list of Super Bowl contenders. And on that list was the Miami Dolphins, but they don't address them in this clip I'm about to play. But there was also the New York Jets and the Cowboys. And the question came up, are the Jets or Cowboys more likely to reach the Super Bowl? Here's Rich Eisen chiming in on it right now.
You only
Check
playing
this
this
out.
because you're probably saying, let me hear this. I know why you playing this.
No,
Go
no.
ahead.
It just happened 20 minutes ago, Pearly, so I couldn't hear it. That's why it jumped out to me. So you and I have both first timers hearing this, all right?
Okay, all right.
All right, so Mr. Producer, if you got that lined up, let's go to our good friend, Mr. Rich Eisen.
As if
Right here,
the
I'm talking
Bills adding DeAndre Hopkins would not put them on better footing to win it all this year, because they have a team that, if healthy, can indeed win it all. I think we can all agree. Look up your little gambling sites.
Well, Rich, I mean,
I know you haven't.
I already did.
So where do the Bills currently stand?
I mean, they're not
on your little gambling
They're
site?
not little. They're the number one.
Okay, so
sports betting
okay.
game.
By the way, I say little to be little.
I understand.
Understood.
The Chiefs are your Super Bowl favorites right now. They're 6-1. Eagles 8-1.
Yep.
Bills 9-1. So if they get D-Hop, do they jump either of these two teams?
You tell me. You're the little gambling guy.
Where are the Cowboys?
Wow, I've been on a roll betting baseball.
Where are the Cowboys at there, Chris?
Where are the Cowboys?
Out of curiosity.
He's got to scroll down.
I understand.
No, actually, the Cowboys
they're
are
above the Jets. I know that.
Cowboys,
are they?
Yes, Cowboys are 6.
down just a little bit.
Cowboys are 6 according to FanDuel.
6.
49ers are 10-1. Bengals 10-1. Cowboys 14-1. Jets 16-1.
Yeah, back up off me.
Why are the Cowboys any closer to the Super Bowl than the Jets? How are we better?
They made the
How are the Cowboys better than the Jets?
Well, should we go
You've
back?
got an all-pro on the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
We've got one.
True.
You've got a Pro Bowler, all-proler, and the Pro Bowler in the back end of your defense. We've got one.
Okay.
You've got a home run hitting running back coming off a knee injury. We've got one.
Cowboys have a better quarterback.
Now you're getting to the spot where you're trolling. How many MVPs has that guy won?
You living in the past?
Okay. Yeah, we are, because we're using the recent past. Rodgers had an off year for an MVP quarterback.
I'll take the 30-year-old guy over the 40-year-old guy.
Oh, really? Would you have said that when Brady was there? When you had him?
You mean the guy with 6 rings on his fingers?
Understood. He had a better resume in terms of winning than Aaron Rodgers did at the time, but it's just because the Cowboys are the Cowboys. The Jets have been to more championship games in the last quarter century.
Is that really what you want to hang your hat on, man?
Absolutely,
You're
I'm hanging a
54
hat.
years old, and I know this because you tell us all the time. And your team has never won a Super Bowl in your lifetime. That's like
true.
The majority of your
It's
life.
a true thing.
At least when they bury me, if the Cowboys never win again,
Well,
I can say that I enjoyed 3 Super Bowls.
How far back do you want to go? Do you want to talk about like dinosaurs when they used to roam the earth as well? Like how far back do you want to go? I'm talking about somewhat recent history. I'm talking about a quarter century is what I'm talking about. Actually, I'm talking about less time than that. I'm talking about the last 15 years.
Okay, how about this? Your team finished 1-7 last year, the last 8 games. So maybe that's why we have a better chance of winning. 1-7.
No, the Jets didn't have a quarterback last year. You did.
I'm just saying.
I think Dak is outstanding, but I'm not sitting here thinking the Cowboys have a better shot. at winning the Super Bowl than the Jets. I'd put them neck and neck. I'd absolutely put them neck and neck.
Cowboys have an easier road.
Yeah, you have to go through the Chiefs.
That's what I'm saying.
At Rich Eisen show.
So the Cowboys' odds are better because they have an easier path to the playoff basket than the Jets, not because they're appreciably roster-wise better.
Or because we didn't lose six straight games to end the season last year.
Mr. Gambling Site? Isn't that what you just said?
Well, Rich, you said odds to get action on both sides. That's kind of the point of odds.
Oh, God.
The house is
What a soup eats like a meal down the middle fence ride that was.
In a position to make money
man.
each time out.
Yeah, you can't sit here and say.
I think the Jets being in AFC is a reason why they're below the Cowboys.
Not because their roster is worse than Dallas. They have a better roster than Dallas Cowboys.
Well, they have essentially the same odds. So, 14-1, 16-1, not exactly a big difference. So.
Yeah, the Jets don't have anybody on their defensive line who's a game changer.
No, you don't. You do not have anyone as good as Micah Parsons.
You got Quinnen Williams. He's sitting right there in the middle. He might be the best at the position in the game, with all due respect to Aaron Donald.
I mean, Sauce was first
Chris
team.
Jones.
First team All-Pro last year.
I take that back. I do like Sauce. I ain't going to disrespect.
Yeah.
At Rich Eisen show.
Chris, he makes me do it because he always gets real snippy with the Cowboys.
It was really nice to not be
Then
involved in an argument for once on this show.
Then I got to come back, and I don't want to do that. I want to leave that with you guys. But he's always kind of like poking the bear when it comes to the Cowboys.
Best of all worlds, Jets make the
Sammy
Super Bowl
Hagar.
against Dallas, and I get an Augusta membership.
Okay, are we going to that game? Well, I mean, you'll be there.
It's in Vegas. We're all going.
Oh, okay, I'm with that.
That's right. Catch the Rich Eisen.
There you have it, Pearly. Now, you heard it just like I did. Let me ask you this question. Same kind of debate now, where you could go either way with the Jets or the Cowboys, and I lean with the Cowboys because the Jets are still putting things together, and the chemistry got to click and so on and so forth. And we know that Aaron Rodgers is a strange fruit. Now, who's better? A lot of talk about the Jets lineup and roster on paper. A lot of talk about the Dolphins roster and lineup on paper. In your opinion, objectively as you can, who's better right now?
Out of the Dolphins and the Jets?
Yeah.
I think the Dolphins can beat the Jets twice this year.
Are you being Homer, or are you actually?
No,
being
I was for the last few months I was very skeptical, but I've been like reading up on the Dolphins, reading up on the Jets, following up. Now if the Jets land Dalvin Cook, then I'll be concerned. If the Dolphins land Dalvin Cook, I'll have absolutely no doubt that the Dolphins will beat them twice. But right now, based on what I see, I think they're going to be disappointed in signing Aaron Rodgers. I honestly think they're going to be very disappointed in signing Aaron Rodgers. They're going to play it off because he's Aaron Rodgers, but he's not going to have the year. He's not going to have it.
I'm in agreement with you there.
I'm willing to say that the Jets finished third, and if they blink, New England will beat them.
I don't know about all of that, but we'll see. I don't think Rodgers is going to be who they think Rodgers is.
I don't think he will be. I think, and listening to that conversation with Rich Eisen, I think Dak is a better quarterback than Rodgers, right? At this point in their careers.
There you go. Well, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break, we got to talk NBA. All right, and Colin Cowherd got a dope final 15 for us today. Full breakdown of the offseason moves, especially in all the interest of Dame Lillard, who's not interested in the Celtics or the Clippers. He wants to go to the Miami Heat. I think Pat Riley done ate his brain.
Yeah, but he could want that all. It's one the Trailblazers. They ain't gonna trade him and take a lose. They can make the move that's best for the team. You giving up one of the best players in the NBA, and you can end up with crap. And ain't nobody in the Heat team they want. There's nobody in the Heat team they want other than with the kid name Father in Heaven. But I can't remember his name off the top of my head now. Not Hero.
Bam Adebayo.
No. The role player, bright kid.
Duncan Robinson.
His daddy played in the league.
Duncan Robinson.
No, not White. Bright. The mindless kid one.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Oh, Father in Heaven. His daddy's the jump out the gym, man.
Anyway, let's go to the break. You figure it out on the break. And on the flip side of the break, we'll pick up the NBA conversation right here on the Tuesday, July 11th edition of Talking Heads, which continues right after this.
It's showtime. Yeah.
Tell them the name they say is running the game.
It's time to attend the Michael Scootery Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic game. Nightly at the Hope Center, Monday, July 24 to Friday, July 28. Then join us for our family night on Sunday, July 30th, 5 p.m. until at the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium, featuring all our championship games.
King and his gang.
The Mr. Shipment 3-point shootout, the IHOP Slam Dunk Contest, and the game between the clergy versus the politicians.
It's gonna be epic.
Taking the game's mine.
Sponsored by Radio House Outreach. This event is powered by the Bryce Newbold Foundation. Peace on the Streets 2023.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Collect, the Bear of the Bahamas has given you 5,000 more reasons to be proud to be 50. Just purchase a 3-pack of Collect at participating liquor stores and bars for your chance to be one of our 5 lucky $1,000 winners. Winners will be announced every Friday starting June 9th. Collect's 5K giveaway to celebrate 50 years of independence is officially on. Just purchase 3 Collect for your chance to be one of 5 $1,000 winners. Follow Collect on social media for more details. Collect, the Bear of the Bahamas. Drink responsibly, but...
Girl, why you so sweaty? Darla, getting ready for the Bahamas Games.
Bahamas Games?
What that is? The game started in 1989 under the then Minister of Sports, Peter J. Bethel, and now Minister Mario Boleg.
When the games is?
This July 7th to the 15th.
For more info,
go to www.thebahamasgames.org
or call 322-1029.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan. From the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, July 11th edition of Talking Heads, your boy Northeast Company, along with Earl the Pearl. You know, we're talking sports in the 5 o'clock hour. Pearl, you there?
Right here in this corner.
Listen, I got something for you, man. I don't know if you can see me. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Look what I holding up for you, buddy. Look at that. Look at that.
Okay.
Our parlays will be bountiful, brother. Our parlays will be bountiful.
Looks wonderful. Looks very, very wonderful.
We have the scoop on everybody across college football in America.
That's good stuff, man.
And we're going to bet it, set it, and forget it on the Island Game.
While I remember, I will be to the airport waiting. If you don't have my coffee, I can send you right back on that plane. That's what I have to say.
Coffee, man. I got you. You got coffee, man. We can get you some exotic coffee. Don't watch nothing.
I better talk to MJ. I can talk to MJ because I went, but I can talk to MJ.
The summer league was quite enjoyable so far. The Lakers looking good, buddy.
Yeah, listen, Hood Afino, Hood Afino.
No. Yeah, man.
And then Maxie Lawrence, he looked pretty good. He got game too. And I think the Lakers signed him to a nice contract, so he's all.
Yeah, he did a good job, man. They did a good job so far. Now, you know, speaking of MJ, you know, I'm out getting a little sticky now. The Spurs going to make a resurgence with Wembanyama. And I told people, I said, don't worry about that 9-point performance in the first game. Check him out in the second, 27 and 12, and he's out of there. Nobody plays the number one pick more than 2 games in the summer league, so relax.
Yeah, he needs to go practice and get ready to work out with the real team.
He need to go eat. He's 7'2", 225. Come on, bro. You need to put on some weight.
MJ this. They will not make the playoffs. Will not make the playoffs.
Purdy, you tell MJ yourself the Spurs ain't making the playoffs this year. I don't want no part of that because you ain't getting up on yourself if they do.
They will not make the playoffs this year. They will do better. The best they will do is the play-in game and get knocked out. Outside of that, they ain't getting no further than that.
All right, real quick, because you know we got Colin Cowherd, Nick Wright, and the crew taking us home today. Great piece on Dame Lillard, Reese going and some other, NBA news as well. But listen, who you like in the All-Star game tonight? I know you're an old National League guy, but can you be objective?
I think the National League got a better hitting team.
You think so?
Yeah, I think the American League got some good pitching, but I think the National League got a better hitting from one. I mean, Acuna leading off, Freddie batting second, Mookie batting third. And I think you got J.D. Henderson batting fourth or fifth. I got it right here. I was just impressed with. I'm pretty much impressed with the lineup.
But and nonetheless, man, you got to look at the American League lineup too, and that's pretty solid too, my brother.
Yeah, I know the American League got a good, like Seaman leading off, Corey Seager in there too. Oshani, they got it. The American League got a good team, but their key player out. That's Mike Trout.
Yeah, well.
So I think
Otani gonna make a statement tonight.
I think you know what? National League 9-4.
No, sir.
National League 9-4.
I might have leaned National, but not 9-4.
9-4.
Now I'm gonna say American 7-5. Just
Mookie will hit a home run. Oshani hit a home run. JD, I think 9-4.
All right. We'll see how it turns out. I'm going to go American 7-5.
All right.
Just to counter your National League BS.
All right.
The 14th spot I hear on the Laker roster going to Christian Wood, the center, formerly of the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, they said
21 in Houston, 17 last year in Dallas, and he might be the guy. And that'll allow AD to go on out and play power forward. And
they said they're looking for another big guy. They weren't finished yet. They said they're signing another big guy.
And the Lakers very reluctant to do that extension with AD.
I don't blame them.
Me neither. And don't go waste that on LeBron either. Make sure that if you're gonna send them, make sure the two of them go keep the young core intact, and then use that money to add some key veterans and go back to the draft and keep building that way.
Lakers, LeBron going after next season. Not this season. This season, then 2 more. This season and next, he going. They ain't signing him no after that. Take the money again after some big guns can be available then.
Well, Brody, we got to get to the break, man. I appreciate you. Good to talk to you, and I appreciate the excellent job you did holding it down for me while I was gone. I look forward to talking sports with you tomorrow in the 5 o'clock hour, my brother.
Not a problem, my brother. Talk to you tomorrow. Be safe.
I got your coffee, man. I got your coffee.
That's all I got to say.
Coffee.
No, see, I have to say that because my sister went away the other day. Tell me she bringing me coffee. Come back, say she ain't find my Folgers 1850. Say I ain't see your Folgers 1850, so I bring that. And I say let's bring coffee.
Now I get the chain letter from your sister. Bring coffee. Okay, I got you.
Folgers 1850, some nice Cuban coffee, Carabo, anything, that's nice,
I know if you're ready for that Cuban coffee, bro. That's like liquid crack. That'll keep you up for 48 hours.
Tell you what, bring some American and bring a small bag of the Cuban coffee so I can have that when I need to stay up for 48.
Okay, my brother, I take care of that for you. Okay?
All right.
Okay. Wepa, cógelo suave. See you mañana. Let's get to the break, Wally.
Mañana.
Good job today, my brother in studio, and everybody who chimed in, texted in, called in. Good stuff as always. We'll do it again tomorrow where we open up the lines, all right? But right now we got to get to the break. And, of course, Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright taking us home, man. It's been good. It's been fun. I got to run. We'll see you mañana. Talking Heads, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Be good, Bahamas. If you can't be good, be good at it. We'll see you mañana.
Chill this summer with the flavor of butter pecan ice cream and the kick of Dunkin' iced coffee. The Dunkin' Butter Pecan Crunch blends frozen coffee with the flavor of butter pecan, topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and crunchy cocoa caramel sprinkles. Join the pecan party with a Dunkin' Butter Pecan donut filled with butter pecan flavored buttercream, topped with vanilla icing and crunchy sweet butternut topping. Yes, you can butter pecan. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Refined style with elegant taste, and fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
It's back, the 35th annual Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp, July 17th to 28th, inside Kendall Isaacs Gym, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for boys and girls 5 through 18. Sign up your child now at South Bahamas Seventh-day Adventist Office, Tonic Williams Highway, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's the Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp, July 17th to 28th at Kendall Isaacs Gym, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Special appearances by NBA stars, legends, and coaches. The 35th annual Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp, it's back.
Nick Wright now joining us live. Co-host First Things First. Okay, so I said this yesterday. 19-year-olds have a right to be nervous. The first time they speak in public, their first job interview, or their first game of magnitude in the United States when they're the most talked about player. I thought Wemby was anxious, and when you're nervous, it sucks your energy. I thought by game 2, he settled down, but my takeaway was, yeah, he's really, really good and really disruptive defensively. What was your take?
Yeah, very similar. I just think the American sports viewing public is almost being primed to be disappointed by this kid no matter what he does, because he is being labeled, has been labeled on draft lottery night, the greatest prospect not in the history of the NBA, in the history of North American sports. Right. Colin, you were old enough to remember that includes Tiger Woods, who was 4 years old on national TV draining putts. That includes Serena Williams, who I don't think ever lost an amateur match. That includes, yes, of course, LeBron, but also Kareem, who won a combined 7 state or national titles and lost 3 total games in high school and college. Like, that, we're not being fair to what this young man will be. I do think he will instantly be a top-flight defensive player, and I think offensively, it will be a lot of what we saw this weekend, meaning a night where he looks out of his depth, gets pushed around, is sloppy with the ball, and a night where his shot is falling and he looks confident. But the hiccup, even if you assume health for him, which is very tricky because the history of the league, guys over 7'3", almost all of them dealt with injuries, but assume health for him. The tricky thing will be this. He does not yet have a good jump shot. He has a good-looking jump shot, but he does not have a good jump shot. Until he develops that, his easiest buckets are going to be coming at the basket, and it does not seem like right now that's where he's comfortable playing. So my concern with Wemby is the same it's been for the last 3 months, which is a decade into his career, he could be a one-time league MVP, a one-time champion, and already a Hall of Famer, and people will be like, well, that was disappointing. if that's the expectation level, I think we're being a little unfair to him.
Yeah. By the way, I said it earlier, not a coincidence that Popovich signed a massive deal. They pulled him out of Summer League. I've been told the Spurs are going to control him, minutes, games played. They're going to empower Popovich. They're going to do it their way, and they don't care what Nike or the NBA or agents think. They're going to control him, the minutes, the games, which I, by the way, I'm totally for that. To your point, bigs get hurt, especially when they're young, they're thin. Giannis, Embiid early. So I love it. Now, Boston has a history. Often African-American athletes have struggled with it. Like, it's historic, it's discussed. I live near Boston. Beyond that, for me, it's just different. They say fences make good neighbors. They don't say that about New York. They say it about New England. It is different. It is provincial. It is sort of, they live in their own, reality. That's fine. But it is interesting that Damon's no interest at all in Boston. It's a pretty good organization. Do you think Dame and his agent now have reached a point where they're not being realistic, that if that was the second place, that's a pretty good opportunity with Tatum and Porzingis and others, and Jaylen Brown potentially if you moved him or not?
Yeah, well, I mean, sure, but Miami's a better team in a better city with the best coach as opposed to a guy who might be closer to the worst coach. So why would he not want Miami over that? Here's the thing on that. Now, Boston, you're right, has a long, well-earned reputation on being very difficult for black athletes.
Yeah.
But Boston does not have a monopoly on racism in this country. You go any place, you can find it. So I am not going to lay that entirely at their doorstep, but it does appear to hurt their ability, whether it's fair or not, to be a destination for NBA stars in free agency or in this version of trade free agency. Also, Boston, it looks like, does not want to trade Jaylen Brown. If they don't, for Damian Lillard, if they don't want to trade Jaylen Brown, then Miami has the better offer. My issue with so much of the kind of reporting and speculation around the Damian Lillard trade is there is almost unanimity that Miami's offer sucks. Now, I don't think it does. I think it's okay. I don't think it's great, but I don't think it's a terrible offer. But here's what I do know. It's the only offer right now. People are like, well, Boston can make a better one. Well, they haven't. Philly reportedly is not offering up Tyrese Maxey, which means they don't have an offer. The Clippers want to get involved without offering Kawhi or Paul George, so they don't have an offer. So there is no other offer. Now, could a team like Minnesota, as I talked about last week, offer Karl Anthony Towns? Could a team like New Orleans offer Brandon Ingram? They could, but they haven't. And until that happens, right now what we have is the only team in the game is Miami. It's also where Dame wants to go, and I think Portland is trying to drum up a market, but Dame's agent has done, I think, a good job of making it clear he only wants to go to Miami, and if you're another organization and he's about to be 33 years old with $210 million left on his deal, I think that's going to cool the marketplace a bit. He's going to end up in Miami. It might take some time, but I would be shocked if he ends up anywhere else. And also basketball-wise, Colin, it does fit perfectly.
Yes.
Dame,
Yes.
Jimmy, and Bam
Yes.
are three. You might find a more talented top three players, but you won't find three that cover up each other's weaknesses and fill in the blanks better than those three would.
So yesterday or the day before, Chris Paul was interviewed by somebody, and it was a tough situation where somebody goes, "Are you coming off the bench?" I'm not sure what you're supposed to say as an athlete. I don't know what I would have said, as a perennial all-star and the guy that literally took Phoenix from bad to championship viable, that took Harden and made him a team that should have beaten the Warriors. What is he supposed to say? It wasn't like Melo, who never won, didn't elevate teammates, was clearly not the same player. Chris, in his worst year last year, on many nights, was still very, very good. Do you see, though, do you see a little bit, he's an alpha, a little bit of pushback on the chemistry here if he doesn't start, or will he?
Yeah, well, I don't think he can start, because here's the thing. So Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, Looney. Who you send into the bench? The answer would be Clay. They're not doing that. So he can't start, right? Like this is, you're going to send Wiggins to the bench and play super small? No, you're not going to do that. Draymond obviously isn't coming off the bench, and you're not having Draymond as your starting center and putting Looney to the bench. So I do think CP3, from a basketball perspective, has to come off the bench. And on NBA 2K, I think this is a perfect fit. Have him play 20 minutes a game, keep him fresh, run the offense when Steph is on the bench, and, hopefully he is healthy for a playoff run because his usage has been so low in the regular season. In real life, that is tricky. Not only because, Chris Paul 3 years ago led the Suns to the finals. 2 years ago led the league in assists, and they were the 1 seed. And last year was top 3 in the league in assists, and people thought they were a fringe contender even before they brought in Kevin Durant. Now you're saying play 2/3 of the minutes, and you are backing up a guy that you once considered your rival, a guy that you have a real history with. So I think it's going to be one of Kerr's toughest juggling acts, and I do not think it is out of the question that the reason they made this trade was we had to move off Jordan because the history with Draymond, it was not going to work. And now with Chris, we can try it out, but it ultimately, he is an expiring contract that if we then wanted to move him along with one of the young guys like Jonathan Kuminga, maybe mid-season we can acquire a player that fits better or acquire someone over 6'9" because Dario Saric right now is the only person on the roster that fills that bill. So I think it is going to be a experiment that might not last the entire season.
I got to throw something at you. J-Mac and I had a disagreement earlier. So Justin Jefferson was asked about the best quarterbacks in the league, and he gave a list of the 5 best quarterbacks in the league. And Kirk Cousins was not on the list. I presume he was 6th. So of the 5 best quarterbacks he mentioned, they were Mahomes, Rodgers, Burrow, Hurts, Allen. Great list. Don't need to argue about it. Should he have lied for the relationship?
This is interesting. Gosh, that's an interesting question.
It is.
Because if he's asked who is the best quarterback, he can't say Kirk. Right. Because then it's just like, okay, that's ridiculous. That's like the Tyreek Hill stuff with Tua. He throws the prettiest ball I've ever seen. He's the most accurate. It's like, okay, now no one will take you seriously on anything. Top 5 is you have enough wiggle room that you could kick out Rodgers and include Kirk.
Yeah.
I respect it. I respect the fact that he was just like, nah, man, these rankings matter. This is my word on this. I'm giving it. Gosh, that is such a fascinating thing. I didn't hear. Did you think he should have lied, Colin?
No, I back Justin Jefferson. It invalidates the list if he just if he said, okay, I think it's Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins. We're like, okay, that would be like naming the 5 best restaurants, and then you get to, you name these Zagat-rated restaurants, and then you get to 5 and go, 5 Guys. It's like, well, it's a burger joint. It's not really, you don't consider it that. So sure. J-Mac he says he teaches his children to occasionally lie. Sometimes, the white lies. I'm not a huge fan of that. But oh, yeah, well, listen, I do agree that listen, it can't, as you would say, Colin, lying can't be your fastball, but it's nice to have access to it. It's nice to have that in your bag. And I agree with J-Mac that part of good parenting is making sure your children understand it's available to you when needed. I do agree with that. On the specific quarterback rankings, I think it's okay because I don't think Kirk Cousins considers himself top 5. Thank you.
I think that is more of the issue. I think if it were a top 10 and he left him out, I think that if someone says to you, Colin, who do you think, take yourself out of it, is the best sportscaster in the world.
Yeah.
If you don't say me, I'm not bothered at all. But if they were like, hey, give me your top 10, and I don't make it, I'm wounded. Because I do think I'm in that list. So now my big issue, of course, is that he has Josh Allen on it over the prince that was promised, Trevor Lawrence. But that's an issue I'll talk to Justin about privately. But I think leaving Kirk out is fine.
Yeah. For the record, the knock on Kirk Cousins is lack of confidence in big games. So to Nick's point, I don't think he thinks he's top 5. That's the knock on him. It's like, I'd rather have a guy that Baker thought he was like second. You know, I didn't love Baker, but I appreciate the confidence. Like Kirk could be like 9. He thinks he's 13. That's why he shrinks in big games, maybe.
That's a good take. That's a good take. So then I guess that might actually, though, and not to go too far down this rabbit hole, but you might have just argued yourself into J-Mac being right. That if Justin Jefferson really wants to win, the only way to get over the next hump is for Kirk Cousins' confidence to go up. So he maybe should have just said, it's 5 Kirk Cousins. I'll take that over everything and just walked away. I don't know. But I like that topic. That is a great July topic.
It really is.
We might do that on the show.